I had to learn how to separate from the business to, from personal to business. So, hmm.
I do. I mean, that's really important, right?
Mhm.
I often hear you say that chastity is your friend. Since I've been viewing your platform, and that's since December 2025. And so, according to a lot of people on Messy Talk, I'm a baby, right? There's a lot of history I'm not aware of. However, sometimes in my leisure time, I like to look at clips. I like to get a better understanding of certain storylines. But Chastity is someone who not only supports your platform, but you've said on multiple occasions that she's your friend. What is something? How do you define friendship, or how do you distinguish or separate a supporter from a friend?
Um, Chastity, I feel real comfortable with her.
Hmm.
We have a lot
So
in
a friend to you,
common.
they have to make you feel comfortable. Number one. Okay, go ahead.
We have a lot we have a lot in common.
Okay.
Um, she's honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't tell me what I want to hear. Um, she's truthful. She has a lot of wisdom. I learn a lot from her. She has been around on this app longer than me, but she's not a live streamer. She's seen so much. She knows how it goes and this and that. And, she took it upon herself to like, hey, um, just be careful and just watch yourself, watch this and just watch that. And I took heed to it, and we just developed a friendship, a relationship from there. And I have really told her some, like, I've really opened up to her.
Yeah.
I've opened up to her. She knows how I feel. She knows me outside of being Diamond on this app.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, and then I've heard you said on multiple occasions that with Chastity, she doesn't hold what happens on your platform against you. That's
Because
the main, yeah.
she understands this is my business. She
Hmm.
look at it as this is my job. And so, a real friend wouldn't want to interfere with someone in their job or their business, so that's what made me gravitate to her is she understands that this is my business. She doesn't hold anything against me. And everybody's not like that.
And we've seen that, right? We've seen examples of individuals who have claimed to be your friend in the past, but they do hold certain things against you that happen on your platform. And that's part of why we're here, from my perspective, why I felt it was important to have put this together and establish a couple of baselines, right? And one being what a supporter is and what a friend is. Before we transition off of the friendship topic, there is a particular creator on here who is building this narrative that I myself am trying to be your friend. In full transparency and honesty, is there anything that I've done that makes you think that this documentary, this docuseries, the post that I make, or anything that I've done or communicate, do you get the sense that I'm trying to be your friend or get something from you?
No.
Okay. What's your take on just who I am as an individual and just why I'm doing this?
Um, I just think that you've been sitting back and watching everything that has been going on, and I think you've been sitting back and watching before all of this, and You're just one of the few that's not scared to say what you feel or speak up or, insert yourself. I feel that you're on the side of right is right, wrong is wrong. So, yeah, I don't feel like you want anything from me or you trying to become a, whatever on this app. I don't feel that. I think if whatever happens to you on this app, it'll naturally happen.
I agree with that. So, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to build a platform off of you or this situation. I can understand why some people think it's hard for someone like myself to step up, support, defend the way that I am without wanting something in return. But that's just my personality, right? There are certain things that I'm passionate about, and I have a certain skill set that supports those passions. And one passion in particular that I do have is when I see someone being treated unfairly, and I see that treatment has a potential to impact them in a way that, especially financially, right? But impact them financially, impact their reputation. There's something that fires up inside of me and makes me want to defend that individual. And a lot of people know me from a lot of my supporters or followers, right? They know me from defending Tansy. And if you go on my page, you'll see a little bit of history from that. But Tansy is a person that, she's also known as the empirical debater. But Tansy is a person that she has this reputation online, right? She's a character online. People see her as a chaos agent. But I had the opportunity to see the Tansy outside of the character. And so Tansy's a person I'm always going to respect. And if Tansy's on the side of truth or right for me ever again and someone's attacking her, I won't hesitate to step up for her again, right? So that's just my character. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to develop a back end relationship with you. Maybe if we met under other circumstances, I would want to be your friend because I do admire a lot about you, right? However, this has nothing to do with friendship. This has everything to do with support. This has everything to do with what's right. This has everything to do with just, putting out these fires that others are creating in an attempt to just destroy the things that you've built. All right. So I'm not going to keep you too long, Diamond. I know you're a grandma. You got to get up early. What time do you usually go to bed?
Oh, it varies.
Okay.
It varies. Yeah.
All right. I want to touch on this just a little bit. We're not going to dig too deep. But I want to talk about the relationship between you and Dr. Duchess before the conflict. I know this. I think I understand your temperament a little bit, so this portion of it might annoy you. But if we put all the conflict aside, I would love to hear just if you remember when she started coming on your panel and the perception you had of her before the tides started to turn.
You mean when she would just come in and just speak as she was
Yeah.
therapist?
Yeah, so according to my record, she came on your panel for the first time April 2025. And then in September 2025 is when she started to gift.
Oh, you good. You got
Yeah.
kids.
Oh, Diamond. We have a lot on this side. I have people around me that help me too. So yeah, what I'm passionate about, they become passionate about. So we're good. But September is when she started to gift. October is when she started to, see a bit of friction on your platform, and then it started to grow. Things started to come to a head in December, and then from there, it was kind of downhill. But when she came on your platform in April, from April to September, I guess what was your perception of her? How did you perceive her? What did you like about her?
I just thought she was just, I just thought she was, coming in like everybody else did. She liked the entertainment. She would get in the box, and speak from time to time. That's all I thought,
Okay.
seeing it was at first.
All right. So she makes mention a lot of, just graduating to having these back end conversations with you and perceiving herself as being more than just a supporter, but she was calling herself a friend just based off of the conversations you both had on the phone. Um, what I guess like what if you could remember what made you trust her enough to talk to her on the back end? Was it her credentials, the fact that she appeared to be educated? Was it just her temperament, that she was a kind elderly lady and you felt like you could trust her? Like what made that transition happen?
Um, shoot, I felt bad for her when she was being, she was going through it with arguing with everybody, and I was just like, I just felt bad for her to go through what she was going through, and I didn't trust her. You could talk to someone on the back end, but you don't have to tell them your business.
Mm-hmm.
And um, there were things that and questions, there were questions and things that she would say that let me know from the gate that she had a motive. But I still was cordial with her because I know how to be cordial with people. I'm
Mm-hmm.
even cordial with people that don't even like me,
Yeah.
that feel some type of way about me, but I can still be cordial with you. So yeah, but I know I ain't trust her.
Okay. So I'm gonna end it here. The next part we'll start with the clips and more information to just help the audience understand the profile of Dr. Duchess. And so I want to end the interview with this. If you can go back to the beginning of your relationship, because even Dr. Duchess called herself your benefactor at one point, right? Knowing everything you know, what would you do differently?
Um, Never had two words with her on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I would have. That's what I would have did. Never checked on her. Never had anything. I got into my personal a little bit, and I do that sometimes because um, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's really hard sometimes being, being strictly business and trying to stay out my personal. So yeah, I would never. I would have just let her come in and just support like everybody else do, play the game and this and that and the third. But she got I think she had a motive from the gate. My opinion, she had a motive from the gate, and you could tell when a person have a motive from the gate because they can't hide it. When you have motives, you say things and you ask certain questions, and if a person doesn't, catch it, then they'll be lost in the sauce. But I caught a lot of things, so um, yeah, it's yeah.
Would you have, I guess, publicly defended her? I know that was something new for you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I well, what I did was just ask people to just, respect her as an elder. That's what that was. Yeah. But she was the first one that I actually publicly defended, because I don't normally do that. I try, I stay out the way, but
I can get that. Well, tell the people where they can find you, just in case there's some new people in here.
oh, they know where they can find me. Monday through Friday, starting at 6 a.m. Eastern time. Y'all know I'm on live. We're having topics and etc. But yeah, they know what. I'm glad that you then ask, all these all type of crazy questions, because I wasn't prepared to answer any of this. I wasn't prepared for this interview at all. So I'm glad you didn't answer, because I really, I'm gonna let TikTok do what they do. I'm not going to really speak on that lady like that. I'm not going back and forth with her. I spoke on it. I said what I said, and I'm leaving it like that, because I already know what she's trying to do. She wants to be somebody. Okay? She wants to be somebody, and she wants to prove herself to these people on this app. She wants to be important. She wants to be heard. She wants people to talk to her. And she wants people to support her and love on her, and this and that. So yeah. And she, this is her way of trying to, I guess, get that. But a lot of people don't understand, when you come on this app, especially on this side of TikTok, if you're trying to build, just hit the live button, be yourself, and if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But coming on this app, bringing somebody down and tearing somebody down to bring yourself back up, to bring yourself up, it never worked. It never worked for nobody. And everybody that have tried to tear somebody down to bring themselves up, it never worked. Never worked. They're still below sea level, no matter how much they try. And that's why, for me, I'm successful the way I am on this app, because I get on here, I stick to my topics, I stay in my lane. I'm not in everybody's boxes, and I'm not trying to be, friends with everybody and this and that and the third. So
Yeah. And I do believe that Dr. Duchess wants everything that you just stated, but from my perspective, and just you're in the business of people, right? And so you, from what I've heard, not from what I've seen, but you have had similar encounters in the past. But the thing that I'm hearing, the huge difference between what has happened in the past and what's happening with Dr. Duchess is I'm seeing a bit of obsession. I'm seeing instability. I'm seeing someone who lacks support in a community. But more importantly, I'm seeing intimidation, right? And it's not just from my perspective. You could see this and feel this completely in a different way. But from my perspective, it's more than someone who just wants attention. It's someone who's targeting for the purpose of hurting, pulling down, destroying. Like, she wants to see you destroyed in every way possible, because in her mind, just based off of what I've been hearing, in her mind, she feels that she's supported you in a way like no one else supported you. And that support should have given her access to your forgiveness, your understanding, and your support. A lifetime of support from you, right? And so it sounds like she's extremely hurt that she no longer has access to you, that you're not supporting her in her endeavors, but she's going about it the wrong way from my perspective. She's making false claims. She's trying to hold up this facade that, we have facts that, whatever she's saying about her education is not real. The things that she's said about various things regarding her life and what she does and what she has. So she's trying to hold that up in addition to intimidating you, right, with all these claims and the fact that she's talking to lawyers and so on and so forth. But when you listen to the claims, because there have been many, they've changed over time. They have no basis, right? We can easily pull a clip and we're kind of like, okay, you're saying that you're sitting with your lawyers and you're listening to this clip, and a lawyer has decided to move forward with this suit, right, based off of this clip. But if I play the clip, like, it doesn't support what you're saying. And this is like the third thing that she said she's suing you for. So yes, she wants attention. She wants people to follow her. She wants, supporters or whatever the case is, but it's deeper. It's like she's relentless.
It's
She,
my opinion. She wanted to be close to me. She wanted to be my friend. She didn't like the fact that it's a business for me. And I told her that this is a business for me. She didn't like that. I've told her that over and over and over on the, when I've spoken with her, and she would say, Diamond, you don't give a fuck. It's a business for you. But then turn around and say, well, I understand it's a business for you. But she wanted me to put the business to the side for her. And she wanted to be in my personal. And that's when I knew she had a motive. And she's upset about it because she felt like she can come in, if I support her, or if I do this for her, or if I do that for her, I'll get certain privileges. No, it's still a business for me. If I support her or I do this for her, then maybe she will open up to me. Maybe she will, one day look at me as I'm her friend or something like that. And so that's what I thought. And I've told her that before, like, this is a business for me. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, and she's upset with that because she thought that, well, maybe if I do this and I do that, or maybe if I spend this on her, or if I do this or I do that to support the business, maybe me and her could have a certain type of relationship. And it was still, it still was a business for me. No matter what, it still was a business for me. So yeah, and she wanted to be more than that. She wanted to be chastity.
yeah.
She wanted to be chastity. She wanted to be, she wanted to be chastity, but she's not chastity. She doesn't, you can't buy friends. You can't buy friendship. It has to happen on its own, and it has to be organic. You can't buy that. I have to feel that with you. And no, she was a supporter, and she's just upset that. And I feel like, it's almost like, I put this into you and I did that to you. and you want special privileges, or you want me to vouch for you or say, do certain things. No, it's a business for me. I can't do that. I appreciate your support, but her support wasn't genuine at all. She had a motive, and it backfired on her, and that's why has this vitriol. Even when I responded to her the other night, I was talking and stuff, and I was still making, I was hilarious with it. But when she speaks upon me, she has this vitriol and like this such like she sounds really nasty and hateful, which, like, that's why I said, I could never connect with her, because I've heard that vitriol and nasty and hate from her over the phone. So how when people show you something, you know how to deal with them. And that's what I did. And so, yeah, she could never, she could never be Chastity.
Some people feel like you should just be quiet, don't talk about it. Even this interview, right, is something that you shouldn't do.
I mean, I haven't said much. I don't think, whatever they can, the bloggers can have and record or take whatever they want. I ain't said, I haven't said a lot.
I don't think you have either. I'll say to those folks, I don't believe that you guys, for those of you saying that, I don't believe that you guys have seen all that has happened and all that has been said. In no way, shape, or form is this interview painting Diamond as the angel, or that she, has never done anything wrong, or, she made all the right decisions. That's not what this is about, right? It's bigger than that. And in the docuseries, you'll get an understanding as to why I'm doing it, and why it's important that it's done, because things are being taken out of context. People don't understand, especially if you don't frequent the show. People don't understand what this looked like before this year. And that can be challenging, right? When you're just entering the story in 2026, even though I started watching December 2025. However, when you're just entering the story, it's really hard for you to understand how it got here or why this is happening. But when you've been able to sit back and watch prior clips or be a part of those lives, and then, see how we came to this point. Oops, what was that? I got a warning. I think that was violation. Then it will give you a better understanding. And that's the purpose of this docuseries. So, Diamond, I'm going to let you go so you can get some rest. For all of you who want to watch upcoming parts, I will be posting, at the very least, the day of, before I go live. But every part will be posted on my page.
So, Human, really quick, everything that you are doing, right, and posting on your page, and going back and doing the footwork and finding clips from years and years ago. Did I ask you to do any of this?
No, and I made that clear at the very beginning. You did not.
So can you tell the people why this is so important to you, for you to do this?
Absolutely. So if you weren't here at the beginning, I'm happy to repeat it. I have seen Dr. Duchess and others attack and target Diamond in the way that's very unfair. I understand that Diamond is running a business, and there are certain things that she cannot do, right? Online. I believe I understand the nature of her business, and I understand how she needs to move in order to maintain that business. I have seen things be taken out of context. I have heard multiple lies. And I just think it's important to just put the facts on the table, right? All while doing that, understanding that this is not a neutral debate. I'm very clear on where I stand. People are welcome to respond to what I'm doing, but I do have a passion for defending and supporting people. That's just my personality. But Diamond did not ask for this. Diamond, and I'll tell you this, Diamond, you do not have to come back on the panel throughout this series if you do not want to. The door is always open to you. But I do understand the sensitivity of all of this, and what you might go through just because I'm deciding to put the facts on the table. So don't feel obligated or pressured to, speak when I'm online talking about the relationship between you and Duchess. However, in addition to this, any proceeds that this series generates, I will be giving it back to you. That's another way that I'll be supporting you. So if people are mad at that, let them just be mad at that. If they feel like they can do the docuseries better, you guys do your own damn docuseries. Do it from the perspective you want to do it from. No one's stopping you from doing that.
I appreciate that. All proceeds will go towards my lawyer, to my lawyer.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time. You sound tired, so I'm going to let you go.
Okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. It's not a lot of people in here, which is good.
Yeah.
So thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Oh, you got the comments on now. Hey, y'all.
Oh. Do you want to chat with some people, or you want to end now?
Well, no. I mean, I'm looking at them now.
Okay.
Let me see what some of them are saying. Hey, everybody. Hey.
They're probably in Mad Cow's live, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, Matt's still live. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mad Cow, if you are streaming. Let's see.
I love y'all too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I support Diamond too.
Thank y'all so much for the support. Hey, kisses everybody. Hey, I appreciate it. I really appreciate the people that are saying something and speaking on the truth, and right is right and wrong is wrong. I appreciate that because to me that is important, because a lot of people will just sit back and know. A lot of people will sit back and know, hey, that's not true, and that's I appreciate Siobhan and all of them are basically like, okay, what's true and what's not true. I appreciate that. Because I'm not, sometimes I feel like I want to say something, and sometimes I don't. But I know that's what she wants. She's trying to build off of me. She's trying to get people to notice her and follow her and build and she's trying to, I guess she feels that she wants to be the next me, and I shit. Good luck with that. I really don't know why people feel like these shoes I walk in and put on every day to come and sit in my live Monday through Friday, start at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I really don't know how they really don't think how they I really don't know how they think this is easy. Because if they wanted these shoes, they should just ask for them. I would have gave it to them.
And for those of you who are saying, "Oh my God, Diamond, she always got an issue with people starting another platform. She's a hater. She don't want other people to grow." I'll give you this analogy. Say you own a hair shop. You sell weave, right? And you have this customer that comes to your hair shop. They buy hair from you. They bring you coffee. When you're closing up, they stand there and talk to you until you close and you count the money. And in those conversations, you talk about, when you started the hair shop, the struggles you went through with that hair shop. You talk about your vendors and just all the challenges, all the pluses. You talk about that person never gave you any inclination that they wanted to start their own hair shop, right? And they start asking certain questions that lead you to give up information about your vendors, your best customers, so on and so forth. And then one day, this person says, "Oh, I'm opening up a hair shop right across the street from you." And that person never came to you before starting that hair shop and said, "Hey, I want to start my own hair shop. I would really value your input and really appreciate your support. Can I talk to you about what I want to do and just how your information helped me? And I do plan on reaching out to some of your vendors and your customers. Is that okay?" Imagine them never doing that and just getting all that information in one day, saying, "Hey, I'm opening up a hair shop across the street from you." So some of you're committed to misunderstanding Diamond, but if someone says that they're your friend or they're your top supporter and they never come to you in to say, "Hey, I'm starting this. Here's who I'm working with. I plan to start it on this day," but one day just pop up and tell you, "I'm doing it." Like, that's weird. It's weird. And it would make anyone feel like they were being used for information, used for connections, used for exposure. That's normal. And if you don't think it's normal, I think you're weird.
I think that um, here's the thing, and I've always said that when you respect someone, you'll do things in a respectful way, right? Um, let's just say talk shows on TV. When Oprah's talk show comes on TV, Murray is not going to have the same time as her. Dr. Phil is not going to have the same time as her. Everybody going to have their different times where they have the shows, and they have it airs on TV, and starting to wonder if her first. Oh, child, y'all could block them.
Siobhan, can you turn up the comments, please, Siobhan?
So, so, yeah, it's just it's the respect, and that's why a lot of times, a lot of times people's platform is not going the way they want it to go because they're busy trying to be in competition with other people. And like I said, it's about the respect, and people don't have respect. I don't care about anybody, going live and doing what they do. When I started going live, there were lives way bigger than mine. It would be me with 4 people in here. And the only reason why I started doing the 6 o'clock live is because I had to be to work at 6. And that's how it became, the 6 o'clock show. But in the mornings, there were other lives that were way bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
And how this goes on this app is, I don't know what happened to the lives. I was in my own boxes. I was doing my own thing. I never went into nobody's boxes. I hit the live button, started out with 2, 3, 4 people or whatever the case may be, and just started talking. And that's how it went. I didn't step on nobody back. I didn't talk about nobody. I didn't drag nobody to pull numbers or to get people to come in and recognize me and notice me and listen to me and my, my few supporters that was in here. I didn't do that. And I always stayed in my own lane, always. So, and a lot of times I didn't get into it with other content creators. It was more of, the people that were on my platform that, had disagreements with each other and felt like I should have said something, or I should have did this, or I should have defended them, or protected them because they were supporting me. So I should have defended them. It's a lot of people feel like that. So yeah, shoot. If you're gonna do something, go ahead and do it. But nobody don't have no respect. Is when money is involved, nobody don't have no respect for each other when it comes to this. So that's why I still, regardless of who's live or who's doing what, I still hit my live button at 6 a.m. Still do my thing, still do my topics, and get off when I'm supposed to get off, and that's it. I don't worry about nobody else or what they got going on like people worry about me. I think, my opinion, if everybody just focus on their platform and focus on themselves, a lot of people would be more successful on this platform. There's only and that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And people don't have to be, competitive and this and that. If they just, stay in their own lane, they'll be fine. But they got to find a niche, and a lot of them don't have no niche. So that's why they end up dragging and tearing somebody down to pull the numbers in there, because they don't have a niche.
I don't think you'll ever experience a world where jealousy, insecurity doesn't exist, right? I don't think you'll ever experience a world, especially on this side, where you have some great supporters. You have great people. I've seen them myself. And you talked about them a little bit at the beginning. So I do want to acknowledge those people. I don't want to make it seem like everyone on this side is so negative and, they're out to get you. No, that's not it. But I do think you should always expect that people are going to be jealous. People are going to target you. People are going to compete with you, right? Competition is inevitable. If someone sees TikTok as a way to survive, they're going to come on this side, right? They're going to start their own TikTok. They're going to create their own platform. And in some cases, it could look like competition, right? It could be healthy competition, but in this case, it's not. It's something. It feels a little bit more sinister than that. So we'll talk about that in the docuseries. But I don't think that you should ever expect for everyone to stay in their lane, to not have competition, to not have, panelists spin off and create their own show. But what I do hope is that, as you build your platform and you develop, professional relationships with these panelists, that you make it clear, right, that you're not oblivious to the fact that if they have a great personality and people gravitate to them, they might be polarizing. People, sometimes some people come to your show just to hear that particular person. Like, that happens, right? It's okay for them to come to you and say, hey, Diamond, I'm interested in creating my own show, but because people know me from your platform, I want to give you the respect. And I want to have this conversation first. Do they owe it to you? No. However, if they go around you, it can be perceived as though they're backstabbing you, or they're trying to compete with you, or they're jealous. So the best way to approach that is to just talk to you directly. Are those conversations that you're open to having with people who frequent your show and want to spin off eventually? Are you open to that?
I don't feel like they owe me. I don't feel like nobody don't owe me anything. I like I stated earlier, I don't care about nobody building and going live and doing what they do. Just don't drag me down.
Okay. In the process.
Yeah, okay. Just don't drag me down and do it. Don't, and when you're, because that means you're building off of my name and building the hate train to build you. you know, yeah, just don't do me like that because I ain't doing you like that.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, if you hit the live button and figure out what you're gonna do when you hit it, but just don't tear me down to get where you're trying to go.
Yeah. And I believe that's the main piece that a lot of people are missing. They're seeing it as she was a supporter. The next day she told you she was starting her platform and then all hell broke loose. But they didn't see the conversation she was having on other panels. A lot of, I'm not gonna say everyone, some people were definitely tracking. But a
I
lot
think
of
my opinion is where
Mhm.
she fucked up at. And a lot of people, I've seen some content creators on this side that I will actually go in their live and listen to.
Mhm.
And they'll have me laughing. But I think where she fucked up at is she, instead of her focusing on what she wanted to do on the platform, she had so much vitriol and hate towards me to the point where she focused and wanted to make a platform about me. And that's where she fucked up at, and that's where she is fucking up at.
Mhm.
It's not gonna work. And again, I don't know where people get this from that I make this thing look easy. It's not. It's not at all. If you feel like you got the, if you feel like you can walk in these shoes and do it, do it. Handle your business, do it. But this shit ain't easy. And yeah, I think she would have been all right if she would have just understand it's not gonna happen overnight. Um, she was and she was doing a little eight track cassette tapes. Lines and
I love a good 8-track. I can't.
yeah, I mean, it just was not. I guess it wasn't, the numbers wasn't moving fast enough. I don't know. And then because the only time she get numbers is she talk about me. Shit. If the only time you're getting numbers in your platform, if you're talking about one particular person,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't gonna never have a platform.
Yeah,
You
and
ain't
you
gonna
know
never have
what?
a platform because when people are gonna get tired of you talking about that one person, for one. People are going to get tired of listening to that. They're going to get tired. They do it eventually. Once you ain't got that person to talk about no more, what you got? What you got now? How you gonna hold these people? You ain't gonna be able to hold them because they're coming in there listening to you talk about one particular person. When you ain't talking about that person no more, they're tired of hearing of that. How you gonna hold them? How you gonna keep them in there? They ain't gonna stay. It ain't gonna happen. And she could talk about me for 40 days and 40 nights. People have did it, talked about me for 40 days and 40 nights, and they still ain't accomplished 1% of
Yeah,
what I accomplished over here.
I noticed something. There, I hate to even mention this person's name, but between Drop Queen and Duchess, and throughout this series, I'm gonna ask certain people to come on a panel to educate me on certain storylines, and just so when I do speak, it's coming from a place of good understanding, right? But I came across a post after you fell out with Drop Queen, and she was talking about going live. And her live, it was like she tried to create a live that was the complete opposite of your show, as to say that what she's doing has like it fixes, or she has like the better parts of your show, and then she's also fixing what's wrong with your show, and that's what she'll be providing. And I'll post that clip for people to see what I'm talking about. And then I noticed with Duchess.
I think that's where people go wrong at. Again, they focus on me.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a platform. Start your own platform. Figure out what you're gonna talk about on your own platform. Figure out, how you gonna what type of audience you want to have, and do your thing. You start on a platform. And you're focusing on me. Oh well, we're not gonna do it the way they do it over here, or we're not gonna do it the way we're gonna do this the way this and this. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Figure out if you want a platform and you want people to support you, and figure it out, and not worry about what this person is doing over in their life or what that person is doing over in their life. I don't worry about that. I
Yeah.
don't care. And that's how became that's why I became so successful on here, because I don't care. I don't care what they got going on over there. Whoever hit the live button, they hit it. I don't care. Just leave me out of it.
Yeah. So in addition to Drop Queen did that, right? When you guys fell out and she decided to go live. But then she ended up returning to the mess. Now, Duchess, when she went live, it was about music and it was a not for profit. And this is just not a business. I'm not asking you for any money, right? Because now
Yeah, that's how they all start. That's how they all start
exactly.
out. That's how
And then
they
they
all
return
start
to the
out.
mess.
Right. That's how they all start out, and that's what they all say. Oh, I'm just going to, I don't want no. You don't have to send me no gifts. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. We're not doing any drops over here, or we're not doing this. That's how they all start
Yeah.
out. And then turn around, because when I was screaming, it was a business. A lot of people attacked. They got highly upset about me screaming, "Oh, it's a business for her. She don't care for you, and she don't care for that." Now you hear other people saying it's a business. It's a business. It's a business. It's a business. When I said it was a business, it was a problem. It was, oh, why? It's because people want. So human. Let me ask you a question. When you go in these stores, right, and you purchase items, let's just say Louis Vuitton.
Mm-hmm.
When you go in a Louis Vuitton store and you purchase a Louis Vuitton bag or Louis Vuitton shoes, any Louis Vuitton merchandise, are you trying to find out where Louis Vuitton live at?
Hell no.
Are you trying to find out Louis Vuitton phone number?
No.
Are you trying to be Louis Vuitton's friend?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You just going in there purchasing the product because you like the product, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And some of my supporters understand that. I get on here, I come on my show, and they say, I like the entertainment that the Diamond Show brings. It gets me through my workday. I'm just coming in here to support, what the entertainment, the product that she pushes out, that she gives, and that be that. Then you got some people come in here and they want to get to know the Diamond Show and who Diamond is, and I want to phone them, and I want to talk to her, and I want to be a friend. No, you can't do that.
But
Let me want to be your friend.
mm-hmm.
Let me want to connect with you. Let me want to, you understand what I'm saying? Let me want to have that relationship with you. If you coming in and you're supporting what I do, let it be genuine. When we go and we support these stores and whatever of these places of business, it's genuine. When I go in these stores and I support them, I come in there to pay for the product and I'm leaving. That is, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about, what are they gonna talk to me? Am I gonna be their friend? Or are they gonna recognize me and notice me? No. When I go to a Chris Brown concert and Chris Brown charging $1,000 to take the pictures, I'm gonna pay my $1,000. I'm gonna take the picture. I'm not going to, well, Chris, I've been a fan for yours for a long time. Can I be your friend? Can I get your phone number? Can we talk? I can't expect that from that man.
But Diamond, that's you. There are people who have personality disorders and they can easily become obsessed or become stalkers. You are the product, right? You are the bag in the store, right? And so it's hard for some people to especially when they really like you and they think you guys have some things in common, or they see how you've made a bag on this app and they want to emulate that. You being the product, you being the brand, right? You can't move around in this world like everybody has a stable mind. Everybody has a sound mind. There's some people that are off their rocker who will be stalkers. Chris Brown had a few, right? We know of celebrities that have had stalkers. You yourself, you've experienced, a stalker. You've experienced not feeling safe in your home, even now, right? Just due to doxing from that side. I don't know if can I talk about that a little bit, Diamond? No? You want me to stay off that topic?
No, go ahead.
Okay. You don't feel safe in your home that you invested in, that you bought, because of what has happened on this app recently. People are dropping, Roro and Duchess doxed you. And so people are dropping your address in your chat. You've had to.
Hold on, wait. Roll Your Boat and Mabel doxed me. How?
Well, Duchess doxed you in April, when she was sharing a text message on Kelly Poppins live, and she was reading the text message, and in that text message, it had your full name. At that time, my understanding, asking around and just hearing conversations, no one knew what your full name was. And then March of this year, Roro was on her live on Roro_1025. And toward the end of that, she kept saying your full name. And so someone can do a lot with that.
Right. They can. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
I have to refresh my memory, honey, because my memory it's jacked. It be jacked up sometimes.
Oh, I got you. I got you. That's why you because you're doing a lot, and you have a lot on your mind, especially with the situation. That's another reason why it's important, right? To just have this stuff, just in case you need it.
No, wait, I have a lot on my mind, especially with the situation. With this situation right here with Mabel and Roll Your Boat, that's not on my mind. Nah, it's just not on my mind. I just lawyered up. That's it. And we just waiting. We just waiting.
Okay.
We just waiting for the party to be started.
Yeah.
The party is taking too long to be started. There's people lined up at the door waiting to get in. And the party hasn't started yet.
This is what I was hoping you would do. I know, people were asking you, they've asked you in the past a few times, like, hey, you're going to get a lawyer. And you just kept saying, I'm just not a police ass bitch. I'm just not going to, run to the police and, retain a lawyer. But I'm happy you've taken that step, because from my perspective, it has gotten serious. And I do believe that you have a case. You do. And so I'm happy that you have people in place to protect you, to protect your brand, to protect your business. But the intent of the show tonight was just to be an intro. I didn't want to keep you this long, but I'm happy I got to spend more time with you. I know some people are like, oh my God, she said it's only going to be, a short amount of time, and, they starting to get messy, right? But everything that I've stated tonight, I have clips, I have evidence to support it. I'm not the type to just throw things out there. And so if people want to refute it, go right ahead.
And listen, the clips that you're posting and that you're finding, I'm saying to myself, why is she not working for Channel 5 Fox News? She's good. And from the time when you was Tansy's lawyer, when you was doing the little court thing, it was funny. I've always admired that, and then I'm like, where she find these clips from? This girl is good. Like she need to be working, honey, for First 48.
But if your lawyers need anything, please don't hesitate to message me on TikTok. I'm happy to produce anything outside of the documentary, or even send you clips before I post them, right? Or talk about them. But anything you need, I got you.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm sure they will reach out to you. But yeah, we ready to rock and roll. We're just waiting for them to go ahead and do what they said they're gonna do, and then we're gonna proceed.
Yeah, and I think you'll find my last, not my pinned video, but my last post very interesting. So if you have some time tonight, I recommend that you listen to that post. Recently, Dee Dee on her 718 Live, she stated that she has one and only lawsuit against you. She has one lawsuit against you, and it's only about one thing, what you stated in your live on
About the
427.
about the message she sent to my phone.
Yeah, so I think I want you to listen to that. What she stated, her and her lawyers discussed, and I actually posted the full clip of that live, and it's it's interesting. It should give you a laugh before you go to sleep, a good laugh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. I know we said bye like 5 times, but
Wait, I appreciate doing this. I hope people out there that were listening kind of get some understanding, a little bit of understanding, because I didn't say everything I wanted to say. We didn't touch bases on a lot of things. So
yeah. And then talk to your lawyers about this docuseries, right? If your lawyer recommends that you just don't join the panel moving forward, you can send me a message about that too.
awesome.
Okay?
Okay.